So look, there's a new hit manga that just dropped on Shonen Jump called Kagura Bachi, and it's supposed to be the next big thing. Now, this manga's already gotten mixed reviews from the internet, by some saying this would be the best manga, and from others saying that this would be forgotten within a month. But not gonna lie, this manga got some potential. Now, this video got spoilers for the first chapter, so let's talk about it. So, it's a revenge story of this boy named Shihiro, who was raised as a swordsmith from his father, Kunishige Rokuhira, who was the most famous swordsmith in the land. We are introduced to a character named Shiba, who is an old friend of Rokuhira from the Seitei War. Shiba tells Shihiro that his dad's epic swords ended the war and that his dad is a hero. Once Shiba leaves, Shihiro tells his father he wants to follow in his footsteps, and his father talks to him about the responsibility of being a swordsmith. He tells him that katanas have always saved lives and slashed open new eras, but they are still tools for killing people, and we as swordsmiths are involved in the deaths their katanas cause. He continues on and says that if they fall into evil hands, they can kill good people, and as swordsmiths we have to always keep that in mind. He finishes this by saying katanas should be wielded by those dedicated to vanquishing evil and protecting the weak. That goes for us swordsmith too. We need to have principles and accountability. And then he asks Shihiro if he can carry this burden. Shihiro looks down and says, "I don't know, I'm committed to taking it on." And this is where the introduction to these three characters ends, and then there's a 38-month or 3 years and 2 month time skip. Shihiro is now 18 or is turning 18 soon. Now, this pre-time skip part of the chapter is not anything too crazy in my opinion, but the second half of the chapter is where things start to get crazy. And this time skip starts with a man ordering someone to kill some people, a part of the anti-Kurogumi movement. As they interrogate the last dude into telling them who else is a part of this group, he says before the Kurogumi came here, it was a peaceful city, but now you rule these streets with violence and is seizing all the money and land you want. He called them jokers and a bunch of maggots infesting the streets before their boss punched them. Then it is revealed there's a sorcerer backing up the Kurogumi. The sorcerer reveals himself and shows off his power by making a small tree grow out of the ground, spawning the man who is being interrogated. He then says he believes bravery is often rooted in ignorance and asks the man if this is the first time seeing sorcery. Once the man says yes, the sorcerer says, "I thought so." The sorcerer and the boss have a short conversation about his worry of the Kurogumi, then he disappears. Then we cut and see a grown-up Shihiro with a scar across his face on a train with Shiba heading to the city. Shiba asks why won't he get the scar fixed, and Shihiro says when he wakes up and washes his face, he starts the morning with fresh hatred. Now, I've seen a lot of tweets saying how much this panel is corny, but when I was first reading it, I thought it was fine. Actually, I thought it was kind of cold, because it made me think like what type of timing is he about to be on in this manga, you feel me? Shiba then says to Shihiro that he's been like this since then, and that this will eventually break him. Shihiro asks, "So, are you going to stop me?" And from this short dialogue from these two, I could just tell that Shihiro is going to be on time in this whole manga. But once they get inside of the city, they have a short conversation about the city being ruled by the Kurogumi Yakuza and plan on seeing them to propose a deal. Then they see some people hung up on a bridge. Apparently they are a part of the anti-Kurogumi movement, and the Yakuza hung them up there as an example for those who oppose them. Shihiro, with a devious look in his eyes, asks Shiba if he knew where the Yakuza were and to take them to their base. Then we see some guards in front of the base slacking off. Then a sword cuts through one of their necks. Shiba says he will take care of these guys. Shihiro jumps on a table, grabs his sword, and spins and cuts 3 guards in their necks, slitting their throats. The man who was being interrogated was just told by the boss that his family would be getting involved for him withholding information on the movement. Right when the Yakuza was walking outside, Shihiro stands in the doorway and cuts one dude in his chest and another one's arm off. The boss asks him what he wants. Shihiro says, "I came to ask you something, and also I cannot allow slime like you to wield a katana." Then the Yakuza rushed him, and we see that Shihiro's sword also has sorcery within it. And also, I skipped this in the first part, but Kunishige bought 3 goldfish because the person who sold them to him said that the red one attracts good fortune, the black one wards off evil, and the 3-color one is totally awesome. And we see these 3 goldfish come out as Shihiro uses his katana. Then Shiba says that this is the last sword Kunishige made and he gave his life to make it. And then we see Shihiro just slash and kill like 30 Yakuza. And then Shihiro asks the boss what he knows about the Hoshoku, the group of sorcerers backing them. The boss says that they are monsters and you have to be insane to pick a fight with them. Shihiro says, "Do I seem sane to you? I don't care if they are monsters, I have to cut them down." And then this is where the chapter ends. Now personally, this is a great first chapter. It definitely hooks me in wanting to see more. The main character has that cool factor that viewers love. Plus, as a viewer, this leaves a lot of questions that can be asked, like, what is the goal of the Hishaku and why is Shihiro the way he is? Now, I personally think that his father was killed by the Hishaku because they heard about the type of swords he can make, and Kunishige was not trying to join the side because he didn't see them as good people. That is also how I think Shihiro got his scar, because they went to their home and killed his father, and they probably tried to kill him too because almost half his face is scarred. But yeah, I don't know, this is all just my own guesses, but I'm definitely looking forward to future chapters. It is too soon to say if this is the next big hit, but I can't say this has potential potential to be very good, or at least in my opinion it can, because personally I just love swordsmen, and just swords are just so cool to me. Usually in like series that I read or watch, usually the swordsmen are like my favorite characters. So you feel me? I can say I'm definitely looking forward to this. So yeah, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, and know down below how y'all feel about the series. And yeah, man, make sure you have a blessed day, and peace.